Oh my God. She's still breathing. Get a light.
When a child goes missing, some parents know more than they let on, hiding truths behind their carefully constructed lies. However, what really happens when police officers push past the lies, the smell, and the filth to discover that they have found a missing child?
Bro, that is the worst house I've ever been in. Right? The kid's room right here, handprints of shit all over the entire room. Your feet just stick to all the shit in there. That's the nastiest house I've ever been in.
Here are several instances when cops realize that they have found a missing child. Starting with the case of this mother, who decided that lying about her son's existence was easier than admitting to his death.
You have a son, and that he's deceased, and he's here in this house. Do you have a son named Zion?
No, I don't.
That doesn't make a lot of sense. We've got to clear this up with the Zion Staples.
Yes, and
Benefits, listen to it. Benefits being put in his name that you're receiving from. We need to get this figured out. Stop this.
On July the 25th, 2023, Rock Island police officers responded to a tip about a missing child. A call that would soon uncover a mother's unthinkable secret. Members of the Rock Island community had grown increasingly concerned about a young boy that they had not seen in months. Whispers of worry turned into action when a neighbor made a critical call to the authorities. What the officers did not know was that behind the door of this ordinary house lived a mother whose lies were about to crack open, revealing an unimaginable truth.
Hi.
Are you Miss Staples?
Yes, how can I help you?
So we got kind of a weird phone call. Do you know Latricia?
No.
No.
I don't know anybody out here.
Some lady called DCFS. And,
What?
And kind of made some claims that you had a child that accidentally shot themselves.
Absolutely not.
No, it sounds crazy to me too. That's what.
I am so sorry about this. My ex-husband, his new girlfriend, this broad is off the chain. I have went down to Rock Island and filed a police report on her.
Okay.
I have went and put a restraining order on her.
What's her name?
Her name is Tony. This girl is never in it. She has so many different Facebook pages she stalks me from. She has made up different names, called me from different numbers. I have changed my number, tried to do everything I can.
Right.
Unfortunately, I can never seem to get them served because they're always bouncing around in the Chicago area.
Oh, okay. They're not even down here.
They're not even out here. And
Okay.
it's been a constant.
Have we been here before?
No, you've never come to my house for anything. I've been here for 7 years and never had a problem in Rock Island.
Yeah, I didn't know who you were.
I work at Genesis Hospital. I'm a patient care tech. I'm a student at Eastern Iowa Community College.
Okay.
I have a business in Davenport. This girl has made threats towards me on Facebook, posting her up, saying that she's gonna come to my addy. It's just never ending.
Right. So they made some allegation that you had a son and he shot himself
Sir,
and he's in
come
your
on
basement.
now. You think? Look where I live.
No, I get it. Just so I can check the box off, can I look in your basement real quick and I'll get
No,
everything?
you need a search warrant to do that. I'm sorry, I'm not about to have my rights violated because someone makes Uranus allegations like this.
I know. Like I said, it sounded crazy to me too. I'm just up here seeing if, we have to investigate it, no matter how crazy it sounds.
If you want to do that, I would suggest you go through the proper protocols. I'm not about to let some crazy woman who has my husband make Uranus accusations like this and have my rights violated as a
No, I
citizen.
get it. That's what
That is not okay. I have 4 girls in here.
That's what I'm just asking. I'm
4 children.
I'm not trying to blame anything on you. I'm not saying this is true. I was just asking. Okay.
This is nuts.
That's all it is. Okay.
I have 4 children.
Her
here.
ex-husband's new girlfriend's been causing her
And
issues. She thinks that's who it is.
ongoing. She's been harassing
number
my
provided
job, harassing my place
isn't
of
connected to
business,
anything.
harassing my children. I'm sick of it.
Okay.
I've tried to get a restraining order against her, tried to get one against him. It's never ending. I cannot have any peace where I live.
And you guys only have girls?
Yes.
Okay.
I have 4. Do you want to see them?
No. They said it was a son. I was just curious if
Sir.
that's even true.
It's not.
Okay.
It's a never ending story with these two.
Like I said, I'm not trying to bother you or anything, but we get a call, no matter how crazy it sounds, we still got to come up and see if there's any truth.
And this is crazy.
It is.
This is very crazy.
Okay.
I have been living here for 6 years. My neighbors have never had a complaint. Don't you think if my neighbors would have heard something like that, they would have made a call or said something to somebody?
I would believe so, yeah.
Just think about it. It don't make no kind of sense. This girl is psycho.
Okay.
Investigations later revealed that the boy had accidentally shot himself months earlier, a tragedy his mother had chosen to hide from everyone, including her own family and community. Despite a visit from the officers, she was still unwilling to reveal the entire truth. Little did she know, her lies were about to unravel most unexpectedly. The first major lie surfaced when she claimed that she did not know anyone in the area, a completely false statement, as she had lived there for years and established multiple connections. Her initial response was a masterclass in misdirection, blaming her ex-husband's girlfriend, alleging harassment, and casting herself as the victim. This strategy was meant to protect her from the mounting suspicions about her missing son. When the officers returned later that night, she continued to tell an elaborate story, deflecting questions about her son's whereabouts. Her performance was calculated and designed to throw investigators off the scent. However, she was about to face its toughest audience yet.
Hello?
Yes.
Sushi? Can you come out?
What's going on?
Well, just step on out. I'll explain everything.
Man, my kids in here.
Okay, I understand that, but we have a search warrant for the
For your
house.
cooperation to be up front with us.
Okay, hold on.
So step on out.
No, step out.
What size of the house do you all have a search warrant for?
The whole house.
The whole house.
You need to step out. Step out.
Okay, I'm gonna open
Well,
Okay.
open the door.
We'll all walk in casually. We're not going to tear up your house or anything, so...
Calm down, my kids are in here.
Okay.
Please.
How many?
4.
And where at in the house?
They're upstairs. I just made them go upstairs. I don't want to scare my kids. Can we just calm down?
Her claim of having 4 kids was a direct lie meant to mislead the officers. Records would later show she had a son named Zion. Her insistence on needing a search warrant, although legally accurate, was part of her strategy to prevent the discovery of her secrets. Little did she know that the luxury of refusing entry was no longer an option.
I got a copy of the warrant here for you.
Can I see the warrant, please? And I can call my lawyer. Can I see the warrant before we walk any further? I'm calm.
We have a valid search warrant, so...
I understand, but you haven't let me see it yet, and you're walking through my house.
It's right here. You don't run how we
You don't. You're not controlling this.
Okay. I'm trying to see. You all?
So, I need your phone, too.
My phone. That's not my phone.
Well, that's phone taking.
Hold on to that. So,
Okay.
which rooms are your kids in?
Obviously not.
They're upstairs. I am very cooperative. I'm not fighting anybody.
You're fine. You're
I'm
fine.
just, look, I'm scared. My kids are
Going
here.
upstairs and checking.
My kids are here.
Her fearful behavior and immediate attempt to control the situation by saying she did not want to scare her kids was pure manipulation. She was trying to limit police access to the house and potential evidence. As questions about having a child named Zion emerged, her carefully constructed story began to show cracks. For someone who claimed never to have had a son, she seemed to know an awful lot about avoiding questions about one.
Do you know why we're here?
No, I don't. I don't know why you're here.
Okay.
Because I'm really scared because my kids are upstairs and I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Can I call my family to tell them to somebody to come?
You're not under arrest or
under
anything
arrest.
like that, okay? That's why I'm sitting here talking to you, okay?
Okay, I'm scared because I don't know what's going on.
And so the reason we're here, okay, is because we're investigating a call that we had, okay? The officers came out and talked to you last night, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We have to handle that real seriously, okay? Because the allegations are that you have a son and that he's deceased and he's here in this house. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. Do you have a son named Zion?
No, I don't.
You've never had a son named Zion.
No.
Are you claiming benefits for a kid named Zion?
No. I haven't gotten any benefits for anyone. I just recently went through a situation where a young lady stole my identity and she falsely filed my taxes and my information and stuff like that. And I've been working with the FBI. I've been working with the IRS. It's been a lot of things popping up, and
have you had any interactions with DCFS up in Chicago?
I did.
Okay.
False calls that were made.
Okay.
Correct.
One of the calls from 2021, DCFS came out to your residence in Chicago, and there was a Zion Staples there. Along with your 4 daughters, and then another young boy.
We had kids in the neighborhood come over.
So,
some of those kids that were implicated were not, in fact, our children. They were there.
So you're saying there was a kid in your apartment that was not your kid, named Zion?
I didn't say his name was Zion. No.
Well, somewhere here we've got to clear this up with this Zion Staples.
Yes, and
benefits. Listen to it. Benefits being put in his name that you're receiving from.
I haven't received any benefits.
And then also involved in this.
I haven't received any benefits. That's what I'm telling you.
Well,
someone has stolen my identity. I have proof of that. If you go in my phone, you'll be able to see the messages between me and the FBI agent in Milwaukee. So
But this is separate from that with the DCFS call.
Because somebody is obviously claiming benefits and getting food stamps.
But they're getting food stamps for your 4 daughters and Zion.
And I've been having a hard time with that because I can't get any because of that, and I've been working on it.
Okay, are we going to find anything in your house that has Zion's name on it? Birth certificate, social security card, or anything like that?
Nope.
Her denial of having a son named Zion directly contradicted DCFS records from 2021 that confirmed his presence in her home. When caught in this lie, she attempted to create confusion by suggesting neighborhood children were mistaken for her children, a classic deception tactic. Unbeknownst to her, the very documents she insisted didn't exist were about to surface in her own home. Sometimes the evidence you deny speaks louder than the lies you tell.
Well, because we're seizing your phone, okay?
I understand you're seizing it, but that's like, I should be able to at least call my lawyer still. I shouldn't be held in my own house and not be able to call my counsel.
Well, are you requesting a lawyer right now? Because if you request a lawyer right now, we're done talking.
And then what? You're going to arrest me?
I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to search your house.
We're going to search his house upside down. Because somewhere here we need to get to the bottom of this Zion thing. And this is coming from other. This is coming from other people. This is.
I can't help it when people call and make allegations against me. People do this every day out of spite. And I possibly had some visitors. It was probably the summertime.
So where would they get the name Zion Staples?
Zion Staples.
I don't know. People make it up all the time. People make it up all the time.
But see, DCFS does not come into your home and say, okay, have the neighbors over and let's do all this personal stuff that affects you and your family in front of all these other people.
They did.
They do it with you.
They did.
And they do it with your family.
They did, though. They very much did that.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
If you are claiming people back and forth amongst family members to get bigger returns, our biggest concern is that we can have somebody with law enforcement say, this is Zion, this is what's going on, and he is fine. Because right now, we have a person that exists, but we can't lay eyes on him, and it's a child. Okay, that's what they're saying.
What is that noise?
It's just
the beeping.
So that's what we're looking at. So if this is what's going on, if you have a cousin, a sister, a brother-in-law, a friend, or whatever claiming kids, or you're claiming them on the app, and you guys are splitting some extra money, I get that. The biggest concern that we have here is that we need to make sure that this kid is safe. And in the time since the officer was here last night, and the time that an officer had called you back in June, that we can say, nope, she's totally clear. There's nobody here. There's nobody here.
Arrest. I ain't telling you.
Birth certificate?
What is that?
Birth certificate.
For Zion Staples.
Zion Staples.
That's not mine.
Sushi Staples. It's found in your room.
We need to get this figured out. Stop this.
It's over.
Where's that kid?
Her claim, "That's not mine," when confronted with Zion's birth certificate was perhaps her most blatant lie, as it bore her name as the mother. Her story about identity theft and the FBI was another fabrication meant to explain away official documents. Cornered by mounting evidence, she attempted one last desperate play, admitting to a lesser crime to hide a greater one. But some truths this time refused to stay buried.
You're just gonna dig yourself a bigger grave now. I asked you if there's anything with Zion's name in this house. You said no.
I needed some extra help, okay? That was it.
What do you mean by that?
I had a person that makes documents. And it was just really hard. Like,
So is Zion a real person?
no. I can't call a lawyer and let them know you are here. I can't call a lawyer to come here to my house while I'm being questioned by you.
If you want an attorney right now, we can we'll just be done.
We'll be done.
All right.
But the investigation continues.
Okay.
Okay. Go and turn it off for me.
Oh, no. I'm going to jail? What am I going to jail for? What have I done?
You just admitted to fraud.
Her pivot to claiming she only committed document fraud was a calculated attempt to admit to a lesser offense while concealing the more serious crime regarding her son's death. Her sudden demands for a lawyer came when she realized her web of lies was fully exposed. For someone who prided herself on being a respected community member, Staples' final moments of freedom were spent trying to convince officers of her character. But respectability doesn't always equal integrity.
So now you're going to railroad me on fraud?
Railroad you what? We're trying to figure out where your kid is.
My kid.
You're saying that he doesn't exist.
My kid. Cuff if you let me walk out.
We'll cuff you in front, okay?
This is embarrassing. I can get in the car. Do you got to take my dignity away and put me in cuffs?
We're not gonna put him behind you, okay? We're gonna walk you to the car real quick and then we'll get you out of here, okay?
My neighbors, they've been knowing me for 6 years. You see that badge over there? I work 2 jobs at Genesis.
I hear you.
I go to school out here. God, this is embarrassing.
Her final appeals to her reputation, such as "my neighbors, they've known me for 6 years," and references to her jobs and education, were last-ditch attempts to maintain credibility. These claims of respectability were meant to contrast with her horrific reality of concealing her child's death for months. However, the search of the residence continued into the evening, with officers removing various items. At approximately 9:30 p.m., they located and removed a circular metal trash can from an inside corner of the garage. Crime scene technicians photographed the container and its lid during the removal process. While the body camera footage obtained through FOIA request didn't show the recovery of remains, court documents later confirmed that officers had found Zion's body inside that trash can. Rock Island County Coroner Brian Gustafson confirmed that an autopsy revealed that the boy died of a gunshot wound, likely in December 2022. In the end, she was charged with concealment of a death, obstruction of justice, and failure to report the death of her young one, and sentenced to 2 years in prison. If you thought a mother concealing her son's death in a trash can was disturbing, wait until you hear about this desperate search for a missing child that revealed a nightmare of neglect.
Oh my God.
She's still breathing. Get a light.
On January the 8th, 2024, Fairborn police received a 911 call about an unresponsive child in dire need of medical attention. The caller identified herself with a different name, but as the officers would soon discover, she was actually the child's mother. For someone who claimed to care enough to call emergency services, what the officers found inside the apartment told a very different story.
All right, let's go in. Fairborn Police.
Fairborn Police Department. Good.
Somebody better call the number back. Older male, answer your phone. No idea. Ariana is, and no one needs his phone. However,
Oh my
the
God.
phone number that came up on the number.
Come on. Fairborn Police.
Wallace.
I'll go.
The officers had been met with a heartbreaking sight. The apartment's condition spoke volumes about the kind of care the 3-year-old had been receiving, making the officers fear the worst. Yet somehow, despite the cockroaches, animal feces, and stained mattresses, officers discovered something that defied the odds.
Oh, she's still breathing. She's still breathing. Let's go. Let's go. She's still breathing. Get a light. Oh yeah. Well, let me get out of the way.
It didn't look like it.
Cow.
I'd say just pick up and look good.
Yeah. $2.95.
All right. Excuse me.
Call code enforcement. Have them respond, please.
Who lives here?
We haven't even got that far. Let's get pictures started. I'm gonna call Johnny.
While most parents would be frantic about their child's condition, the mother's demeanor outside the apartment raised some interesting questions about her priorities.
Right now, we're trying to figure out a whole bunch of things, right? A whole bunch of details.
You need to fix it. My back is killing me.
What do you want?
Just sit down.
You can have a seat in the back of the...
Yeah, we're gonna have. You can have a seat in the back of my car.
Are you guys taking me?
What's that?
Are you guys taking me?
Yeah, we are. Okay.
Okay.
So
Can I
let's.
give my stuff to him then, please?
I'll take care of that. Let's walk in the front of my car. All right. Okay, just right here is good. If you want to face my car, you don't have. Just put your hands out to your sides. Nothing on your pockets at all. No pockets. You have just underwear underneath your sweats.
Not underwear.
Just your sweats. Okay. Perfect.
322.
All right. Go ahead and put your palms together behind your back.
322.
Tell me how to say your name.
Yeah. Yep. Just give me a second.
For someone facing felony charges, her main concern seemed to be about the positioning of her handcuffs rather than asking about her 16-pound toddler's condition.
Is there any way you could cuff me in the front? I have spinal problems and this really hurts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that. Just can you turn? Can you turn?
It just hurts.
Let's see here. Yeah, hang on a second. There we go. All right, just a second.
Thanks.
All right.
295.
The sound of her tears might have been convincing, if not for the evidence of severe neglect surrounding her child. While she put on a show of concern, the officers confronted her with the one thing she could not fake her way out of: the evidence of her neglect. As it turned out, her 911 call would end up being her own undoing.
Do you know anything about her condition? If she's okay?
I do not. Right now, you're being arrested for child endangering at a felony level. Okay.
Felony level?
Yes. We are still we're doing our thing that we have to do. Okay. As Detective Whitaker mentioned, he will be in to speak with you. Right now, we're going to go to our jail in Fairborn and process on those charges, and then go from there. And as we go through this process, I'll try to answer any questions I can best of my ability. Okay. All right. Yeah. We'll try to. Yeah.
In the end, Rabia Mubali was charged with felony assault and child endangering. She was held on a $200,000 bond at Greene County Jail. While she sat in her cell, her daughter began gaining weight in the hospital's care, something that apparently couldn't happen under her own roof. Moving from a 16-pound toddler trapped in her mother's hell of neglect, we have this little boy whose disappearance pointed officers directly to his mother.
You got some blood drops on your shoes.
You're not
lying. Got there and I didn't wait enough for him to get checked out.
what it's looking like right now is that we're gonna need to stay with you until we find him.
On March the 27th, 2024, deputies from the Snohomish County Sheriff's Department responded to an urgent missing person report. The last sighting of 4-year-old Ariel was at 7 a.m. in Everett, Washington. His grandparents, growing increasingly frantic by the hour, reported him missing by 4 p.m. under suspicious circumstances. The initial investigation involved questioning neighbors and checking nearby areas. Several witnesses reported seeing Ariel with his mother earlier that day. One neighbor mentioned seeing Jeanette and Ariel leave the house around 8 a.m. The deputies find Ariel's mother, Jeanette, at an alcohol rehab center in Seattle, far from her Everett home. Her family has been concerned about her escalating drug and alcohol use, and on that day, these concerns were about to be tragically justified. As the interrogation began, the deputies noticed a small but crucial detail that they immediately recognized as a potential sign of guilt.
You got some blood drops on your shoes.
Jeanette's initial explanation exhibited classic signs of deception, overly elaborate details, and a narrative that didn't quite add up. This is often an attempt to make a fabricated story seem more credible.
Yeah. So my son fell this morning earlier.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I was able to take him to the doctors and everything was okay. I took him with another lady so she can watch him for me because I wasn't staying at home. I had problems going on with my parents and they didn't let me in the house. So I was staying with another lady. She was super sweet. That's where my son fell. And then, but we left, so I was like, okay, you know. So I went to another lady's house and I told her if she could watch him for me. I wanted to come get, you know, I wanted to fully recover. I'm an alcoholic, so I was like, if you can watch him for me for 12 months, that'd be amazing because I'm not talking to my mom. And she's the one that has just like a notarized paper saying that she has legal custody of them, but I have legal custody of them. She's not letting me see my older son, so
that would be really hard.
Yeah, I'm a little bit upset about that one. So I'm here now and everything's okay.
We are now witnessing a common tactic in interrogations, pressing for specific details. Liars often struggle with consistency when forced to elaborate on fabricated elements of their story.
I want to make sure that he's safe and know where he is. Who's the friend that you left him with?
I left him with another lady. I don't have her information.
Oh, well, that's not gonna cut it. We gotta figure out where he's at. Where can you tell me the location where somebody could go and check on him and make sure he's okay?
In SeaTac area.
Okay.
Seattle.
More specific?
I don't have an address.
Nothing. Who's the friend? How do you know the person how did you pick the person?
She's a longtime friend that I know.
Okay, what's her name?
Alika. That's all I know. Alika Bone.
Alika Bone? Mm-hmm. Okay. And you've known her? Okay. But you've known her for a long time? So how did you reach out to her?
So I reached out to her because I needed help.
How did you reach out to her?
I found her number on my old Facebook, but I no longer have a Facebook anymore.
Okay.
So something you sign back into?
No.
No? You just deleted it all?
I delete it all the time. So.
Yeah. You found it today on your old Facebook? Mm-hmm. And her name is
Alika Bone.
Alika Bone, like B-O-N-E? Mm-hmm. Okay. And she lives in the SeaTac area.
Jeanette's lack of concrete plans regarding her son during her rehab stay revealed a potential disconnect from parental responsibility and a red flag in cases like this.
So how do we find Alika?
I don't know.
Can you describe to me how you got there from Providence?
So I just drove from there to Seattle, and then that's it.
You drove from Providence to Seattle to Alika's house?
Yes.
Okay. Did you drive on the freeway or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long did it take you to get there?
Like 2 hours.
2 hours. And what car were you driving?
My car. So just like 1 hour or so.
And what kind of car do you have?
I have a Nissan.
Okay. Where's that car now?
I don't have it with me.
Okay.
So.
Where's it at?
I left it at her house, and then I came over here on the bus.
Okay.
You left it at SeaTac?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what, do you remember what exit you took?
I don't know.
So just to clarify, you go from Everett to the hospital in Everett, you get him checked out, you drive to your friend in SeaTac, you leave the car there, you leave him there, and you take a bus from SeaTac down here. Okay. And that all happened today?
Yeah.
So
pretty expensive ticket. Get a C-Tram bus to come down here?
No, actually, it was only like $30.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your first name again?
Jeanette.
The timeline questioning is a strategic move to expose inconsistencies. The memory of true events tend to be more stable than fabricated ones. Jeanette's responses painted a picture of confusion or perhaps even deception. Either way, the truth was now much closer than ever. All the detectives had to do was to push her further.
You're not
lying.
You have a longtime friend that you reach out to leave your son with, who you obviously care about very much.
I love him with all my heart.
Yes, and you're expressing how upset you are about what's going on between you and your mom and the custody of him and your older son. Like, that's horrible. So I know that you're not going to go leave your son with somebody and you don't know where he is.
Yeah, no.
So you do know where he is?
No, I know where he is. I know where he's at.
Tell me where he's at.
I don't have the address for him.
Okay, how can we find the address for him?
I don't know.
Did you put it in your phone?
No.
To get there? Okay, Alika, you know where your son is because you're a mom who loves her son very much and you didn't
I'm not Alika, I'm Jeanette.
I'm sorry, Jeanette.
Yeah.
Alika, you took him somewhere and you're going to go back to him and you know where he is. So tell me where he's at so we can make sure that he's okay or what's going on.
So he's not, I mean, he's there. He's with her, but
tell
he's
me
not
how
with
to go check on him.
I can give you an address.
Okay, what's the address?
I don't know, you have to write it down.
Okay, I can do that. Thank you.
When he fell, where'd he get hurt?
Just on his head, but he fell on the ground and he hurt himself.
Heads are the worst, dude.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find, I don't even...
How old's your son?
He is 5. So I don't know if this is the right one. And Seattle, Washington. So 57. 01.
Yep.
232nd Avenue, Seattle, Washington.
Where did you get that address from just now?
From the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where you remember leaving him.
So yeah, Alika. That's her name.
5701, yeah?
5701.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Alika?
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell that?
Alica. Last name is Bonn.
Bonn?
Yeah. Bonn.
As the questioning continued, Jeanette revealed a troubling history that added context to her current situation.
Tell me about your alcoholism. How long have you been dealing with that?
I've been drinking alcohol.
Or if you don't mind telling me, you don't have
it's
to tell me.
okay.
It's not
I've been
my
here.
business,
This is like my third. Okay, I've been here this is like my third year here.
Okay.
So I did 11 months in recovery because I was never like an alcoholic. I was more like of a user. So the only I ever used was and I used it for roughly like 4 to 5 years.
Okay.
I came to finally get clean on and off, right?
Sure.
I tried it one time and then years passed and then I do it again and then years passed.
Sure.
So I'm here now. I did a full year of recovery, 11 months. And then I did my second year, like coming back and like, doing the group and stuff like that. So 2 years. This is my third year clean. I started drinking a lot because I was like, okay, I'm not a drinker. I was a drinker.
So alcohol's okay.
So alcohol's fine. I'm like, it's a socialized thing that everybody does. I'm going to go out, I'm going to have dinner, I'm going to do this. Well, I drink to the point where I can drink a whole bottle of just like liquor. So I'm like, now I'm an alcoholic.
Gotcha.
So I started to have all kinds of problems, and then now I'm back here hoping I can get clean again. It just depends.
Well, I'm glad you're in a space where you feel safe, that you feel like that can work for you. I hope it does.
Yeah.
Getting into Jeanette's history served dual purposes: building rapport and understanding potential motives. Substance abuse often correlates with impulsive, destructive behavior. However, the deputy's questions about Ariel's supposed injury exposed serious inconsistencies in Jeanette's account. Her inability to provide basic details raises serious concerns.
He jumped from the bed that we were sleeping on to the ground, and then he just got blood on his head, and so I had him taken to the doctor, and so he's doing good.
Okay. Okay. What did he hit it on?
Just on the ground.
Okay. How did it start bleeding?
It's just started bleeding.
Can you show me like what side of his head? Do you remember what side of his head it was?
I don't remember exactly what side of the head it was, but it's starting to rain a little bit.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so you don't... what time did it occur today?
Just, like, early, like at 10, 11.
10 or 11? Okay. Do you know what time it is now?
It's already 6:30, or about to be 7.
So how long were you guys at the hospital?
We were only there for a little bit. I don't even think he got checked. We got there, and but I didn't wait enough for him to get checked out. So
he didn't actually go back and get checked. Gotcha. Did you actually go inside and check him in? Okay. And then did you tell him you were leaving, or did you did? Okay. You just said he's not going to be seen and left.
Yeah.
Okay. And how is he acting?
He's okay.
Yeah.
What happened to him when he fell?
Nothing. He just cried.
Just cried?
She was moved to the back of the squad car due to drizzling rain. However, her inability to provide consistent details about her son's injury was disturbing. True memories have sensory and emotional components that false narratives often lack.
Do you remember when you walked in? Like, can you describe to me when you walked in what it looked like?
Just the hospital. Just the hospital.
Okay. But can you describe, like, when you walk in the door, where was the check-in?
In the front, like I walked in, as soon as I walked in, the front desk was checked in right there, and I said my son had to be seen for something, and then his name and everything.
Okay.
And
you're going like this, so you wrote it down, or was there like a check-in thing? Or?
There was a check, alright, but I think they checked me in. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't write anything on there? Okay. Have you been there before?
No.
No, that was your first time?
That was my first time.
When you checked into the desk, was it just an open desk, or
just an open
was
desk.
it behind a wall, did they have like a glass wall, or?
Just an open desk.
Okay. Was there a lot of people in there? Yeah. That's why you didn't want to wait, because it was too long. Do you think he needed stitches or anything?
No, he's fine.
Okay, you didn't remember where his injury was? Is it front, side, back? Do you remember?
It's the side. It was the side.
Definitely one of the sides that you recall?
The front, yeah.
Okay. Front. You're kind of pointing above the eyebrow. Okay.
Being taken to the back of the squad car was a change in environment that could destabilize a suspect's composure. Jeanette's next question here might have been a subconscious reveal of guilty knowledge.
Real. So, if you guys don't, locate my son, what's gonna happen?
That's what we're working on at the moment.
Why do you think they won't be able to locate him? I mean, if you got the address to where he'd be.
Because, I don't know. I'm just saying, if you guys are not able to find him, what can happen?
What it's looking like right now is that we're gonna need to stay with you until we find him, because it sounds like you said you know where he is, you know where you left him.
Right.
So it shouldn't be an issue, right? Should be able to locate him. Okay. So that's what we just need to stay with you until we locate him, because it's raining and it's cold and I'm shivering, and we're gonna be with you, I think, for a little bit. Are you listening to me?
Yeah.
We're going to be with you for a little bit. Would you mind? We have a precinct right up the road. It's comfortable and dry that we can all sit in so we can chat. So we're all out of the rain. Would that be okay?
Where is it?
It's just right down by the fairgrounds.
Yeah,
okay.
Just on 179.
Yeah.
And then we can give you a ride back and all of that, if that's okay with you.
Can I get a coffee from here before we go?
We got coffee there.
We have coffee.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, we got coffee.
We can give you coffee.
You can't grab that seatbelt around your backside.
And then the only other thing too, when he travels, I just got to put your purse on the front seat right there. Yeah. He's not going to get into it, but we don't like bags where we can't see them and stuff.
No worries.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Rolls that make us go by.
Then that way we can all be dry and comfortable and sit, and you can get some coffee.
You're welcome.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
With Jeanette facing the consequences of her contradictory statements, the interrogation reached its final phase.
We ordered food earlier. Do you want some tacos and stuff? Do you want me to get you some water with them? Okay. Do you like ice in it or no?
No ice.
Okay. Very good.
So I think Tanya, Detective Johnson, had told you that you're going to go to jail tonight. Okay. I want to take a picture of your hands because you had said you had hurt your nail or broke your nail or something. So I want to get a good picture. Which one were you talking about? Do you remember? I don't remember it. Okay, I'll just take a picture of it.
A day after Jeanette was taken into police custody, Ariel's body was recovered several hours south of where he was last seen. Jeanette was charged with first-degree murder, domestic violence with a deadly weapon, and aggravated domestic violence with the circumstance of a vulnerable victim. If you thought a mother's web of lies about her missing son was disturbing, wait until you hear about these children who weren't missing from home, but hidden within walls marked by their own desperate handprints.
Bro, that is the worst house I've ever been in. The kids' room right here, handprints of all over the entire room. Your feet just stick to all the shit in there. That's the nastiest house I've ever been in.
In March 2023, Stillwater police officers responded to what seemed like a routine welfare check. Little did they know they were about to enter what would become a house where even police officers needed fresh air breaks.
I mean, I gotta feel like I got a pretty strong gut. That was as nasty as I've ever seen.
The term House of Horrors is often overused, but when officers needed to document evidence of neglect in this home, they discovered their boots stuck to the floors. And this was just the beginning of what would become one of their most disturbing investigations.
Is this what you're talking about, cleaning up the carpet? I mean, there's poop everywhere.
The home, shared by 3 children and multiple adults, revealed evidence of severe neglect. Officers documented walls covered in feces, with child-sized handprints reaching to the ceiling. The floors were so contaminated that officers' boots stuck to the surface. Stephen Kittle, one of the multiple adults, appeared surprised that his parenting methods had drawn police attention. His expression would eventually match the gravity of his situation.
Can you go ahead?
Go ahead and put your hands on your back corner. Can I ask what's going on?
All right, right now you are under arrest for child. Okay, we're not going to talk about it while we're here. We'll talk about it back at the police department, okay?
During subsequent interviews, Kittle admitted to assaulting a 4-year-old victim multiple times while a 1-year-old was present. The home had been shared by Kittle with his 26-year-old wife, Lindsay Pratt, his 59-year-old mother, Robin Kittle, and 3 children under the age of 4, 6 dogs, and 3 cats. Court documents detailed horrific conditions. The air was thick and musty, making every breath a struggle.
The dark gray Dodge Journey left being driven by a black male who's involved in the disturbance. Has an expired paper tag on it. Clear.
As the investigation continued, the findings became even more shocking.
She's like, we're trying to clean up. You go in this room, and it looks like you just put shit all over your hands and like all over the place.
The officers later discovered that the children had been locked up to prevent them from accessing food in the refrigerator. All 3 children were taken into protective custody by the Oklahoma Department of Human Services. The 3 adults were held in custody at Payne County Jail and charged with failure to provide adequate care for the children.